In this video, we're going to be talking about NIO's earnings report. It was a mixed bag. We're going to take a look at the chart and look at the earnings and see if this has impacted the price of the stock. What I feel it's going to be long term. Is it going to drag the stock down? Are we going to break through our support levels? Is the stock going to go up? We're going to chat about all that today. My name is Austin Hilton, and I'm here to bring you these update videos as well as a ton of other content here on my channel. My goal is real simple, is I want to help you make more money in the stock market, and that's why I've created this channel, created this community. So if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, become part of the community, drop a like on this video if you do get value out of it. Also remember that this video is for entertainment purposes only. So let's go take a look at what is going on with NIO. NIO reported their earnings yesterday. It was a mixed bag. We're going to look at what they reported, as well as we're going to take a look at the chart first and then go and take a look at the info. So here we go. Let's go take a look. So you can see that the market has actually just opened. The NASDAQ is down 84 points. Dow Jones is down 136 points, actually 143. And NIO, after reporting earnings yesterday, is down only 1% today. It's currently trading at 38.59. Frankly, honestly, I was expecting more of a major dip today, which tells me that in some capacity we had the mixed bag results, so to speak, kind of built into the price of the stock. Now, I'm not saying that we knew anything. I'm just saying that it didn't have as big of an impact. Okay, so again, we're going to take a look at that in just a minute. But before we do, let's take a look real quickly at, say, you guys know I like to look at the 6-month chart. 6-month chart is really showing again that overall NIO is really in a downward trend cycle right now. From April 26th to April 30th, we're down about 9%. From our highs over in February 9th, we're down overall only 38%. There's been some pretty major market corrections in here. This was about 1,000-point correct market correction on the NASDAQ, and right in here, right in somewhere in here, I think it was about right here, we had about a 7 to 10 day red time where the stock right there lost 21%. Obviously here stock lost 34%, but you can see that the stock has bounced back pretty nicely. Okay, so like from those lows right here, we bounced back 19% there. There we bounced back within 3 days about 30%. So we're absolutely beginning to, we have this kind of downward trend. To do this real quickly, let's kind of see what's going on with Tesla, and let's see what's going on with XPeng. The reason I show this to you is, again, I think it's relevant to look at the other EV players and to see that they're all in a downward trend cycle. Every single one of them, again, they all shadow each other. That's my term. They have the stock shadow and just kind of follow the exact same trend lines. But you can see that all of them are all tracking downward. So the entire EV sector right now is really being pulled down. We've most likely got money kind of moving back out of it, things like that. Overall market trend and out, kind of market trends, things like that. I haven't seen any specific information talking about the overall sector, but it looks like, again, the overall, kind of the overall market trend is down a little bit in the short term. Okay, if you're looking at this long term, which is how I do long term, again, I own NIO. I'm a fan of NIO. I think that these guys are going to be around for a long time. I'm very bullish on them, absolute long term. So let's turn off XPeng and Tesla just in case we need to come back and look at the stock real quickly. Okay, so NIO earnings, basically what happened. Okay, so long and short of it is, let me make this bigger for you real quickly. There we go. Okay, NIO missed on earnings but beat on revenue. Okay, so you can see that right here, earnings per ADS, they missed. They were expecting 0.72 yuan. I always say that wrong. They missed dramatically with a negative 3.14. Revenue they beat. They were expecting 7.5, and they hit 8.0 billion. Vehicle deliveries was basically a miss, although I would say analyst prediction, I'm sorry, right there, 20,007. I'm used to looking at the charts where the first one is what and then the second one, the I'm used to looking at how I build my Excel spreadsheet is I flip them, right? So this is what the analysts were expecting. There you go, 20,070 units, and they missed by 10 units. Okay, so all right, so but 20,000 was a record value, was a record. 20,000 was a record for them, just narrowly missing earning analyst estimates. Vehicle deliveries provided indication of demand for NIO's main source of revenue as well as company's productive capacities. Okay. The global semiconductor poses significant challenges to NIO's supply chain. This is really going to be more of a Q3, Q4 thing. At least that's what the information that I'm seeing. Okay. And they've talked about that previously, is what I'm saying to you. So NIO again reported mixed results. The company posted a loss per American Depository share that was more than 4 times larger than analysts estimated. However, rose 481% compared to the year ago quarter. I think that might be, what's, again, I honestly, guys, when I woke up this morning, I fully expected this thing to just have dropped into the basement a little bit, right? I think the expectations and hype had been built up so much that they were going to crush this earnings report, and they didn't. And so I was expecting this thing to be down dramatically. And so the fact that it's really only down, I mean, it's negligible, is good. And now we're looking forward to the next ones. Okay. So again, revenue rose 481%. NIO's vehicle deliveries, which were reported earlier this month, came in at 20,060 for the quarter, narrowly missing what analysts had expected. The company's shares were down nearly 0.5% in after-hour tradings. Again, similar deal. I expected it to be down much further in after-hours trading. It really wasn't. So that's a good thing. Okay, so most of NIO's revenues generated through sales of vehicle. We know this. They have 3 types of models: the ES8, the ES6, and the EC6. They've got some additional ones coming. NIO's vehicles deliveries rose 422% compared to the year ago quarter, making the fastest pace of growth since Q2 fiscal year 2019. Okay. The company attributed the higher vehicle sales to higher deliveries and higher average selling prices. I talk about this all the time. What I love about NIO is the fact that they are not selling the battery as part of the car. They're selling it as a subscription, which, and by the way, not having the battery, I know it's obvious, but I always say this, it reduces the price of the car. By reducing the price of the car, they can have more people buy the car because the car is cheaper than XPeng and some of these other guys from an overall standpoint, and they're building in that subscription service with the battery as a service. That's really, really good. Okay. So the company attributed higher vehicle sales to higher deliveries, higher average sales price. These factors, as well as lower material costs, which is interesting to me. Material costs are going up dramatically across the world, almost across every industry. Lower material costs help NIO's vehicle margin of 21.2 compared to negative 7 year in the year ago quarter. So now they're looking at year ago quarter. Their margins are great. NIO's margins are really, really good. Much better than say XPeng. But XPeng does a tremendous amount of capital investment into their technology, into their R&D and things like that. Vehicle margin is measure of profitability. When vehicle margin is higher, it means more vehicle sales are being generated relative to the cost of making those vehicles. I agree, absolutely. Okay. Here we go. NIO said the demand for its product remains strong, but its supply chain faces significant challenges as a result of the global semiconductor shortage. In late March, the company halted production for 5 days at one of its plants. We know that. During the NIO's conference call, Chairman William Lee referred to a fire that took place in March at a Japanese chip factory owned by Renesas Electronics Corp, which is exacerbated with the shortage. He said the impact of the fire would hit the automotive supply chain in mid-May. There we go. However, Lee noted that the industry is expecting the shortage to reach a turning point by third quarter. Okay, so I apologize. I had that wrong. Okay, I thought it was going to really be hitting us in Q3. It's really a mid-May when the impact's really going to hit the supply chain, and it should be turning the point in third quarter. NIO also mentioned in its earnings release that it began the planning and building of a new plant. That's pretty cool. Okay. So here's kind of looking at the outlook. NIO expects to deliver between 21 and 22,000 vehicles in Q2. It also expects total revenues for the second quarter to be between 8 billion yuan, that's 1.2 billion US, and 1.3 billion, representing a year-over increase of 119 to 128%. Let's see. Okay, that's it. That's what I want to cover there. Okay, so that's the earnings. So again, we had a mixed bag. We basically missed on earnings. We beat on revenue, and we narrowly missed on vehicle deliveries. Let's take another look at the chart, and actually now we're up. Okay, so here we go. Right. As far as stock price targets, we're still sitting at a $60. I still think this is a $60 stock inside of a year. I still think that's there. I definitely would feel a lot more comfortable in the fact that they had made, hit everything. But revenue up over what was it? 4 times? Is that what they said? Revenue rose 481% compared to the year ago quarter. Okay, and they did beat the prediction. So that's good, but we missed massively on earnings and vehicles. I mean, that's 10 units. That's really not that big of a deal in my opinion, and I think that that's kind of being built into the price as well. So I think we're looking good. So let's just see what happens with the stock as we move along. You guys know I'm bullish. You guys know I own the stock. So let's continue to watch it and see what happens. That's all I got for you right now. Go make some money. See ya. Bye.